And I want to welcome everybody into the Fifth Dimension podcast, where we're attempting to live more mindfully in the day to day, quite simply make this world a little bit of a better place. I'm your host, Evan McDermott, and I want to thank you for tuning into this episode and give yourself a pat on the back for being here, for wanting to learn about the power of a smile, the power of love, the power of cultivating inner peace. And I would argue there is nothing more powerful in this world than those three things. Before we jump into the episode, some news, notes, things to tell you. If you like the show, please do subscribe, whatever your platform is. Whether you be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, there's a whole bunch of lists of podcasting apps you can use. Whatever it is, plus press the subscribe button, leave feedback if you are able to. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, press subscribe. That social algorithm is how more people ultimately find the show and how we can create the world that we want to live in. Make this world a little bit of a better place. That's what we're all about here, huh? So if you enjoy the show, it is greatly appreciated if you do that. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Evan McDermott, and you can go get some exclusive content on there. I am also now available online to be doing guided meditations, consultations with people directly. So if that's of interest, I believe the link to that is in the episode description. So you can click that on if you want. And do find us on social media at the Fifth Dimension Podcast and at Evan McDermott on Instagram. We have Twitter. I use my personal Twitter a little bit. Man, Twitter's kind of crazy. But follow us on Instagram. That's where we're most active. So let's jump in to why we're all here. The power of a smile. It's almost a cliche saying when you say you smile at the world will smile back. But I feel like we've all felt that, haven't we? When you're going through your day and you have this sense of love and gratitude and you're smiling at people, generally, the world smiles back at you, right? Our perception is what creates our reality. So it's so important for us to cultivate a sense of peace, a place of love, so we can take that with us into the rest of the day. And when we're able to smile, when we're able to use this feeling of inner peace, that is true power. That is what's going to bring you the life that you want to manifest. Now, I have a quick activity that I want to do with everybody. So, find yourself in a comfortable position. You can keep your eyes open, but if you have the option, I would say, and you have the trust, I would trust yourself to close your eyes during this quick activity. But this is something you can still do even if you're driving, for the most part. So just follow along and tune in as we go through this together. And I want you to start, maybe not if you're driving, but I want you to start by placing both your hands right on your heart, in the center, left center of your chest, right on your heart. And I want you to begin deep breathing into your heart. Right where your hands are, into your heart. Feel your heart beating. Feel its presence. And I want you to take a moment to appreciate your heart. What it gives you. What a gift that your heart is. All throughout the day, it's constantly beating, keeping us alive, oftentimes unconsciously. Feel these deep breaths as you continue to breathe into your heart. Your heart represents life, vitality. As long as it is breathing and beating, you have life. What a gift. What a gift life is, because, you didn't have to do anything for this heart. It was given to you. That in itself shows you are worthy of life. Feel that life, that love, that beating of the heart, that gift. That is life. Feel that in your heart right now. Now, I want you to bring to mind a time in your life you are incredibly, incredibly grateful for. Maybe it's an event that shaped you, something in the past. It could be anything. Whatever comes to mind, don't overthink it. Feel that in your heart. Feel yourself there. Feel yourself breathing there. Feel yourself seeing there. Feel yourself in that space that you are incredibly grateful for. Embrace this event. Embrace its wisdom. Embrace why you're so grateful for it, and feel that gratitude. We're going to do this 3 times, so I want you to bring to mind a second event. Again, feel being there. Is there certain smells? Is there a certain atmosphere? Feel this second event that you are incredibly grateful for. What is it like to be smiling there? Feel your presence in this place. And we're going to bring ourselves to the third and final event that we're incredibly grateful for. Feel this sense of gratitude, this sense of love, contentment, the gift that is this moment. Feel being there, feel the relationships, feel the connection, feel that love and that gratitude in your heart right now. Now, bring yourself back into the present, this present moment, hands still on your heart, continuing to breathe into your heart, right? Let's think about our present situation. What is the circumstance you find yourself in right now? Is there anything you've been struggling with? Is there any decisions maybe you've been putting off? Any relationship issues that you may be having? A lot of times when we tune into our heart, all of the answers are right there. As we breathe into our heart, see clarity, see the vision, see what it is that you need to tap into right now. Let your heart guide you. Feel the power of its decision making. Know that it is always there for you. All we have to do is tap into it. Now, as we head into the stretch of this activity, I want you to just focus again on that deep breathing into your heart, and bring a smile to your face. Feel that love that your heart generates. Feel that passion, connection, from me to you to the rest of the world, that love that you can choose to bring here and now. Bring a smile to your face. Know that you are divinely guided. Your heart is always looking out for you. So, if you have your eyes closed, you may reopen them. You may return your hands to wherever you may like. You may keep them on your heart if you'd like for the rest of this episode. Up to you, but that's going to wrap up that short activity. And now, hopefully, we're feeling from a place of love, peace, gratitude, contentment. And hopefully you still got that smile on your face. I see you. Get that smile on there. So let's return to being here. This feeling of gratitude, this feeling of love. What is it that prevents you from feeling this peace, this contentment in every moment, in every day? I want you to take a moment to think on that. Why can't I feel this peace, this love in every moment? And maybe you do feel it in most moments, and if that's so, that's amazing, and I'm happy for you, because that can be a difficult thing to do. I think we all find ourselves at times feeling stressed, feeling a little overwhelmed. I certainly have had my bouts of that, and it still happens. It's a natural human emotion. But what is it that prevents us from feeling this love and gratitude and compassion on a more regular basis? Take a moment on that, and the answer is surely going to be different for everyone, but I'm sure that there are some common themes behind why it might be. You know, maybe it's the environment we find ourselves in. Maybe we work a stressful job that we don't particularly enjoy, and maybe we got bills to pay and money is tight, and we're in a pandemic right now, so certainly there's a lot of added stress that comes with that. Maybe there's a lack of loving relationships and connections in our life that truly make us feel loved and make us feel like the best versions of ourselves. And when that's the case, it can especially be tough to cultivate that love and gratitude because we feel we don't receive it. So, but whatever your external circumstance may be, what if I were to tell you that your perception is what's going to create your reality? This abundance of love and gratitude that we cultivated in this practice earlier in the episode, this self-acceptance, it is always available to you. It is always there that you can choose to tap into. You just have to be willing to tap into it. Oftentimes, if we are feeling stressed, we are feeling anxious, we will get caught up in those feelings. We will get attached to those feelings. And that's normal. That's what we've been conditioned to do. But we can choose, even when we're in those anxious moments, to say, I want to cultivate love. And how do you go about cultivating that? Well, by doing maybe an activity like we just did, focusing in on your heart, focusing in on inner peace. So many people in the world today feel lost. There's a sense of especially inner turmoil, inner chaos. And this is all stemming from a lack of true connection. Ultimately, the collective chaos that we're seeing manifest is really a microcosm of what we see at the individual level. We don't see ourselves in one another from a loving perspective. Society has really taught us to judge based on minor differences instead of love and embrace all of the commonalities that exist between us all. And society has also taught us to not practice self-love. I'm a teacher, and let me tell you, in our education system, as teachers, we worry about teenagers' self-esteem. We worry about the up-and-coming generation. We know the mental health crisis that's going on, yet we don't teach practices of self-love and acceptance and embracing the unique being that you are. We're all meant to feel love and deep connection, compassion in our interactions with one another. And ultimately, the only way we're going to do that is we have to start with ourselves. We have to learn to cultivate it in ourselves so we can bring it to the rest of the world. We truly are all one. We're all one species. We're all one humanity. And we're meant to live harmoniously with one another, with love being the connecting force, the binding force of society. We're meant to walk hands in hand through the fields of prosperity. That should be human nature. It's what we're meant to do. And the only way that we're going to be able to achieve this at the collective level, there's no policy that's going to all of a sudden make everyone more loving necessarily. It really does have to start at the individual level. It has to start with you. And ultimately, it has to be with your ability to cultivate this feeling of self-love. We have to be willing to take the mask off that we've been wearing, the mask that society has given us, and we have to be who we are, be who we're meant to be, and love that person we're meant to be. I think so many of us are just scared of ourselves. We're scared of our true potential because it represents an unknown. And we have to let that fear go. We have to let it go. So you're never going to be able to necessarily control the reactions of others, the world around you necessarily, in terms of the events that are taking place. But you can control your response. You can control what your attitude to the world is going to be. And in turn, you can influence the direction of the collective, right? I mean, think about this. Maybe there's somebody in your life, somebody that just makes you feel good. I'm sure we can all think of one person that we know who's just genuinely loving, caring individual. And, a common trait of loving, caring individuals is self-love as well. And I think we all have so much love to give. And, it can be tough to find the balance if we're not giving it to ourselves. We very much easily get depleted and tired. Or, maybe think about even a child or a random stranger who has simply done an act like smile at you. A task that is so simple, yet cultivates love, cultivates connection. When you smile at somebody, you are embracing them. You are embracing their presence. You're embracing who they are. It's a form of acceptance. You don't even have to say words. And if I smile at you, I'm loving you. I'm giving my full presence and acknowledging you for who you are in this moment. And that is the most beautiful gift you can give anybody. That acceptance, that love. And ultimately, to do that, it is going to require individual transformation. It's the only option. We have to choose to smile. We have to choose to feel love, to feel peace. We have to cultivate a sense of gratitude for who we are. Take some time to think about, who am I really? What is it that I like to do? What is it that's unique about me that I can be proud of, that I can be grateful for? What about my life circumstance can I be grateful for? What about the relationships in my life? If there are negative relationships, are they negative because of my perception towards them? What will happen if I take a loving approach to work through the issues we may be dealing with? If I put on a smile? Think about these things and how they impact your life, and how you can use this idea and this attitude of love and compassion in your everyday life. We all could use this cultivation of self-love for who we are, because not only do we benefit ourselves, the rest of the world benefits as well. We have to embody what we seek in the world if we would like it to manifest. Everyone talks about wanting world peace, but if you yourself are filled with turmoil and you have maybe hatred for any individual, doesn't matter who it is, we have to be even willing to love our worst enemies, in theory. So cultivate that sense of love. See yourself in every other person that is walking this planet. And that will begin to manifest peace in a more collective level in your interactions. If you go into an interaction with peace and love, that next person might just do the same because you did that for them. It's a domino effect, and that's how we create the world that we want to create. This world of peace, love, self-love. So make the choice to consciously smile. I hope you still have that smile on your face. And just know it can bring you peace in any moment you need it, whenever you may need it. Allow that peace, that love to fill you up. Feel that gratitude and just smile. Make that your intention for the rest of today. consciously smile even at my suffering, because in my suffering, it is a learning experience, and I can consciously choose to still feel peace. So, I hope this episode was helpful in bringing a sense of love and peace and compassion. A little bit of a short episode, but that's okay. Sometimes we just need to get to the points, get to what it is that needs to be stated, and when it's stated, what else do we truly need, right? Go through the rest of your day with peace, love, compassion, and go let us know on social media how you're feeling. Tag us at the Fifth Dimension Podcast, or use the hashtag Fifth Dimension Podcast, and show that smile, show that love, and just know that you are loved when you cultivate this. You're loved at all moments, every day. You're truly a beautiful, unique being, and you're deserving of love. So make it a point to give it to yourself. With that, that's going to wrap up the episode, and I look forward to seeing you next time. So long.